Yeah. Wow. That's completely next level stuff for sure.
Not really. It's kind of like another language.
Uh-huh.
It's actually quite simple, really. Basically, how it works, from my estimation, is that you are actually connected to the materium or whatever this is, whatever we're in. We're in something, so to speak. And basically, because we're all connected in some way, we can actually tune in to that frequency. But the issue is that we've never really been taught a language and how to process what it is that we're all seeing around us as well. We use words, we don't use symbols, right? But our subconscious, if you will, like the layer beneath us that kind of holds the foundation for our consciousness, that layer actually doesn't work off words. Words are just definitions of things to the subconscious. The subconscious actually works off symbols, and it requires like a tree to your subconscious could be just like a stick with a little ball on top of it, right? It's a symbolic kind of thing, because when it sees a tree, there's certain shapes and things that it likes to utilize for memory recall and to keep things in order. That's how our subconscious works in a sense. So or a mountain would be like a triangle pointed up, right, in our subconscious, but it wouldn't be the word mountain. That's kind of the idea. So you have to learn a new type of language it's more symbolic, and it's more spiritual in a sense. And again, this is another aspect to why remote viewers kind of get this mystere about them, because it is actually accessing like a different part of ourselves. It's accessing our internal world, not really our external world, but you're using our internal world to access the external, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like it gives, it's kind of scary to some people, because what does that mean exactly?
Yeah. So then are you still using this skill on a regular basis?
I use it in different ways. So let me explain it like this. So because of my training, I've been fortunate enough to organize the elemental hypertext system, which is an elemental system based off earth, air, water, and fire. And the senses are directly connected to this process. But what I've done, because of remote viewing, because again, it's you experiencing something that you're actually not currently in, right? It's kind of like imagination, if you will. Like you can imagine like you being, walking down a garden path, right, with trees all around you, and there's a waterfall. And as the words I'm saying to you, you're not seeing the words in your mind's eye. You're actually seeing the waterfall and the walking path. But you're creating that, right? You're making that happen in your own mind. What that means to you, that's the symbolism that you're looking for in the remote viewing process. So what I've done, and you apply time to that, is like this. In time, the past is irreversible. There's nothing you can do to change it. Once the past happens, we all get together on some level and we all agree, yes, this is what happened. My perspective had this angle. Your perspective had that angle. These experiences happened. These causes made these effects, and these effects made these causes. And we all say, yes, this is what happened. And all of a sudden it becomes the past. You can never change it. Done. That's it. However, you can access it. You just can't change it. The future is the opposite of that. It's constantly changing. It's mutable. It's morphing. It's colorful. And when you interact with it, when you insert yourself into that future, all of a sudden it starts taking shape and form. It responds to you. The future responds to you. The past says, yep, this is what happens. This is our foundation. Everybody can agree. This is how we move forward. So that way the system always stays accurate and we're always in harmony. Everything's always in harmony because the past is the past. You can't change it, but you can change the future, which means we do have free will in a sense. We do have an aspect that we can make changes in our life. If we access our future self, that's the caveat to it. You actually have to be present in that future to access the information, to derive knowledge and wisdom and intuition and imagination and memory and all these kinds. You can access that too in the future, but it's not the same. It's not fixed. It's mutable. Does it make sense
I think
so
so.
far?
I think so.
Okay. You think so? So it's kind of like it's different. So when you try to predict the future, it's difficult. Predicting the future is difficult because you have to incorporate everybody else's choice, everybody else's decision along with your own. And your own are influenced by people around you and the things you listen to and your mentors and your leaders and all these kind of things. They influence how you perceive your world. And what happens is how you perceive your world begins to manifest in front of you. And this is your reality. And your reality has to play a role in my reality. I have to take you into consideration. That's part of what we need to learn while we're here, is we can't just take our own, who we are. We also have to actually share with others. So how do I make your life better? If I make your life better, it becomes easier for me to make my life better. And that's where the present moment comes in.